Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's super important for any man to master: how to handle the situation when a girl starts to pull away. I'm sure you've experienced this feeling before, right? Everything seems to be going great, and suddenly, she becomes distant, replies less often, and you have no idea what's going on. It's confusing, frustrating, and can leave you feeling completely lost. Unfortunately, most men make huge mistakes when this happens, pushing her further away, sometimes forever. But don't worry, I'm here to help you avoid those pitfalls. In this video, I'm going to break down the 6 biggest mistakes men make when a girl starts to pull away, and, more importantly, the right way to handle it to keep her in your life. So grab a drink, sit back, and let's get started. There's a saying, if you treat her like a star, she'll treat you like a fan. Sadly, many guys don't understand this and treat girls like celebrities. They can't wait to show off their sweetness and kindness or constantly message her on Instagram, only to later complain that women are so hard to understand and why bad boys always seem to attract them. You sit there burdened with unanswered questions. Is she sad? Or is her heart happy with someone new, starting another chapter of love? These thoughts keep swirling around, gnawing at your mind, leaving you forever tormented with assumptions like, does she regret it? Does she miss me? Stop torturing yourself! To help you escape that emotional spiral and embark on a journey of self-improvement, I want to share 3 important things you need to remember right now. First, be honest with yourself. If you've truly been a good man, loved and nurtured the relationship wholeheartedly, but she still decided to leave, then what you need to do now is stop focusing on her. Don't waste precious time and energy speculating about what she's doing, whether she regrets it or not. Instead, dedicate everything to yourself, to your own development and growth. Second, stop turning yourself into a private investigator on social media, secretly lurking around her profile, checking out where she's going, what she's doing, who she's meeting. Not only does it not help you feel better, but it also wastes your precious time. Remember, the grass is always greener on the other side is just a temporary illusion. Just because she leaves to seek new things doesn't mean she'll be happier. The problems, hurts, or barriers that she hasn't resolved within herself will reappear in new relationships. That's a lesson she needs to experience and overcome on her own. And finally, to become the man she always wanted, the man that even you would be amazed by. Start the journey of conquering yourself today. Looking back over the past months and days, have you ever asked yourself what you've given up, what you've sacrificed to please her? Is there anything you've done that deep down you didn't really want to do? Those are the weaknesses you need to overcome, the values you need to strengthen and cultivate. Admittedly, sometimes women are like a mysterious book that no matter how hard we try, we can hardly fully understand. Their sudden distance can leave you drowning in a tangle of why questions. But don't worry. Through observation and experience, I've noticed some common mistakes that we men often make when faced with this situation. And the good news is, if you just spend a little time watching this video, those mistakes will no longer be obstacles on the path to conquering her heart. So what are you waiting for? Let's explore together. Let's go! Mistake 1. Chasing after her. Her silence and ignoring attitude is like a psychological challenge, an invisible pull that easily throws you into a state of suffering and confusion. But remember, in the spirit of Stoicism, you don't control other people's actions or emotions. You can only control yourself. Don't let her escape manipulate your life. That's the lesson you have to learn to overcome, not a pain you should accept forever. When you keep chasing after someone who no longer wants to stay, you are gradually losing yourself. Stoicism teaches that your value does not depend on anyone's acceptance or affection. Happiness and peace lie in how you face yourself, not in trying to control what is beyond your ability. Don't make yourself a slave to emotions or rejection, because that only makes you weaker in your own journey to find meaning in life. Love, in its purest essence, must be a voluntary companionship between two souls, not a helpless chase. If you have to hold on, it's no longer love, but dependence, an illusion you create to cover up the fear of being abandoned. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from letting go of things that don't belong to you. Holding on to someone who wants to leave is just stubbornness, and stubbornness is the enemy of peace. Stop, not because you are weak, but because you are strong. Stop to realize that your efforts deserve to be given to someone who appreciates them. If she doesn't see your worth, it's not your fault. It's her choice, and you have no right or responsibility to change it. Walk away, not to avoid pain, but to move towards a better life. As the Stoics often emphasize, you don't lose what you never really own. Letting go today is the first step to achieving the freedom and peace you deserve. Mistake 2. Becoming overly obsessed. The moment she leaves, leaving a vast emptiness in your heart, your mind starts to act like a car speeding down a pothole-filled road, swaying between countless questions. Did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did she ever really like me? Or even, is she seeing someone else? These questions keep echoing in your head, like fierce waves crashing against a ship teetering in the middle of the ocean. But you need to understand that, according to the Stoics, it is not what happens to you that makes you suffer, but how you react to it. Obsessing, blaming yourself, or trying to find answers in an endless maze only imprisons you in pain. Don't let what is beyond your control, her feelings and actions, determine your own worth. Stoicism teaches that you can't control the waves, but you can control how you sail your boat. What you are going through is a great challenge, but also an opportunity to practice patience, calmness, and self-retrieval. Instead of constantly rewinding memories or trying to hold on, ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, learn to let go. Don't punish yourself by clinging to what is lost. That only takes you further away from peace of mind. When you text begging, call constantly, or try to hold on, it's not love, it's fear. You're not only pushing her further away, but also losing your self-respect, which the Stoics consider the foundation for achieving inner freedom. Epictetus said, if you expect something that does not belong to you, you will always suffer. Actions born of despair will only bring more hurt, not only to you, but also to the other person. Stop, take a deep breath, and face yourself. Accepting that she has left is not a failure, but an opportunity for you to discover your inner strength. Remember, you can't change the past, but you can choose how you face the present. Letting go is not giving up hope, but freeing yourself from the constraints of what no longer belongs to you. As Marcus Aurelius once said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Mistake 3. Using financial capacity to attract her attention. I have seen many guys in desperation willing to spend money lavishly to hold on to a girl they love. They give expensive gifts, buy dazzling bouquets, take her to luxurious restaurants, and even organize glamorous trips, all to chase a fragile hope that material things can buy back her heart. But my friend, listen to the teachings of the Stoics. The value of a person lies not in what they own, but in how they use what they have. True love is not a commodity that can be exchanged. Money, gifts, or flashy gestures are just superficial. They can never reach the core of a sincere heart. The more you try to buy affection with material things, the more you lose yourself, lose your self-respect and inherent value. Ask yourself, is that love really worth it if it only exists when you pay? If she's with you just for the gifts or the lavish parties, it's not love. And you, in such a relationship, can you feel at peace? Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. A woman who truly loves you will appreciate you for who you are, not for what you can bring with money. Don't turn yourself into an ATM in love, because it not only hurts you, but also makes you lose your attractiveness in the eyes of others. True attraction comes from sincerity, from confidence, and from how you live with passion, not from frivolous gifts. Instead of wasting money trying to hold on to an unbalanced relationship, invest in yourself. As Epictetus once said, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Use those resources to learn, develop your career, and pursue what you are truly passionate about. When you become the best version of yourself, true love will naturally find you, not because of money, but because of who you are. Mistake 4. Becoming clingy. My friend, have you ever felt like a moth drawn to a flame, defying danger just to seek a fleeting bit of warmth? In love, too, many people often fall into the spiral of clinging, doing whatever it takes to hold on to the person they love, without realizing that it is this clinging that pushes the other person further and further away. They text incessantly, even though they receive no reply, make repeated phone calls, find every way to meet, even show up unexpectedly just to see their beloved. But my friend, as Epictetus once said, if you wish to control things that are beyond your control, you will always be suffering. Love is not about constraint, nor is it about using anxiety and insecurity to hold on to a relationship. When you clench sand tightly in your hand, the sand will fall away faster. And when you try to control someone else's emotions and actions, you only make them feel suffocated and want to find an escape. Think of love like a bird. If you lock a bird in a cage, even if that cage is covered in glittering gold, that bird will still yearn for the freedom of the sky. Similarly, love only truly exists when two people are free to be themselves, not bound by fear or control. Stoicism emphasizes that each of us is an independent individual with our own values and meaning. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." The one person who loves you should be a part of what makes your life richer, not the center that makes you forget yourself, forget your passions and ambitions. Live a full life, my friend. Spend time cultivating knowledge, pursuing your passions, nurturing important relationships like family and friends. When you live a meaningful, confident, and independent life, you will radiate a natural attraction, an attraction that comes from peace and self-love. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. And believe me, there is nothing more attractive than someone who is confident, loves themselves, and knows how to live a meaningful life. Mistake 5. Trying to change her mind. There is a harsh truth that we must accept, which is that we cannot control the thoughts or feelings of others. Just as Epictetus once said, some things are in our control and others not. Things in our control are opinion, pursuit, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever are our own actions. Things not in our control are body, property, reputation, command, and, in one word, whatever are not our own actions. Trying to force a flower to bloom out of season will only harm the flower itself, and similarly, you cannot beg someone to love you when that love is already there. Begging and clinging to someone who has decided to leave is no different than handing them control of your emotions and self-respect. As Seneca once taught, "He who indulges in empty fears earns himself real fears." A confident man who understands his worth will never lower himself to beg for love, because they know that true love is not something that can be forced or begged for, but is the result of harmony and willingness from both sides. Hold your head high, my friend. Don't let pain cloud your reason. Don't let despair lead you into actions that hurt yourself. As Marcus Aurelius once reminded us, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. You deserve a sincere love, someone who truly appreciates you, not out of pity, nor out of groveling. Move on with pride, leaving the pain behind, and towards a life of freedom and worthy of your value. True love will come when you live true to your best nature, naturally, without forcing it. Mistake 6. Waiting for her to come back. There's a saying that hope is the sweetest poison. It nourishes us with illusion and then kills us with the truth. And indeed, the biggest mistake many people make after a breakup is clinging to the hope that the person will change their mind, that they will come back. They immerse themselves in beautiful memories, cling to sweet promises of the past, and weave a future that reality has already denied. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Do not be deceived by illusions. Face reality as it is." Their lives fall into a state of waiting for a miracle, waiting for the other person to realize the value of the lost love, a futile hope that only wastes their time and energy. But my friend, wake up! Stoicism teaches that we should only put our faith and energy into what is within our control. Epictetus once said, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control and some things are not. Beyond feelings of others, their decisions are beyond your control. So why torment yourself in a battle you cannot win? Look at her actions, for as the Stoics emphasize, actions are the truest expression of character. If she has chosen to leave, respect that decision. Do not beg, cling, or lower your value to hope that she will change. As Seneca once said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Instead of clinging to the past, bravely face the present. Accepting the truth is not a sign of weakness, but an expression of courage. The road ahead is yours alone, and you need to walk it with self-respect and confidence. Remember, you deserve a sincere love from someone who truly appreciates you. Don't waste time on illusions or relationships with no future. Focus on yourself, cultivate knowledge, develop your career, pursue your passions. As Marcus Aurelius said, do your job with focus and sincerity. The rest, let it come naturally. And when you live a meaningful life, happiness and true love will find you. Another mistake, resorting to judgment and blame. In moments of confusion or insecurity, many men choose to judge, thinking that pointing out faults or blaming will help them regain balance or control the situation. They believe that by blaming her, they can force her to change, to see things their way. But in reality, this approach often backfires. Criticism not only fails to reduce the distance, but on the contrary, makes her feel hurt and even more eager to leave. This stems from a simple truth. No one wants to be judged, especially in moments of vulnerability. Instead of criticizing, a truly understanding and mature man will choose the path of empathy and patience. He understands that every action has its own reason, and sometimes those reasons have nothing to do with him. This is an expression of emotional intelligence, and moreover, it reflects a profound self-retrieve that Stoic philosophy emphasizes. As Seneca once said, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Assumptions and anxious thoughts about why she is distant are often just projections of your own inner fears. Letting your mind get caught up in self-created scenarios not only causes you suffering but also hurts the relationship. A high-value man imbued with Stoic thought knows that instead of reacting impulsively, he needs to stay calm and focus on understanding. He does not let insecurity or feelings of rejection guide his actions. Instead, he reflects, wondering if her distance could be due to inner struggles he doesn't know about. As Marcus Aurelius once advised, you always have the option not to judge. Let the truth reveal itself. Understanding that not everything revolves around him is the first step to creating a strong and deep relationship. In the modern context, where relationships can easily break down with a swipe on a dating app, practicing active listening and open communication is key to maintaining connection. Ask her how she feels, but don't ask with the intention of forcing her to explain herself or justify her emotions. Create a space where she feels understood, not interrogated. As Epictetus once said, Nature hath given men one tongue but two ears, that we may hear from another twice as much as we speak. When you truly listen, she will feel safe and appreciated instead of feeling judged. This is not only a way to build trust, but also a way to show that you are a calm and profound man, not driven by fear or false assumptions. By practicing patience, you not only demonstrate emotional maturity, but also send an important message. You respect the space and time of both of you. In a relationship, especially when encountering disagreements or distance, patience is the manifestation of a calm soul, not rushing to seek immediate satisfaction. As Marcus Aurelius once said, true peace comes from accepting the flow of life, not from forcing it to your will. Happiness, according to Stoic thinking, does not lie in receiving recognition from others or achieving the results you expect immediately. It lies in inner peace, the ability to maintain balance no matter what life brings. When you choose to wait calmly, not with anxiety or despair, you not only learn to trust in time, but also in yourself. This patience is a powerful act, showing that you are strong enough to face any outcome, whether she comes back or not. Patience is not simply about waiting. It is an expression of self-respect, an understanding that your worth does not depend on the emotions or decisions of others. Patience is also a form of respect, respecting the other person's feelings and respecting your own personal journey. And it is this respect that creates true attraction. If she chooses to come back, it will be because she recognizes your strength, confidence, and value, not because you begged or showed weakness. And if she doesn't come back, you still gain something more valuable, a deep connection with yourself and an important lesson in acceptance, a core philosophy of Stoicism. As Epictetus once emphasized, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you practice patience, you control how you react to the situation, instead of letting the situation control you. And it is in those moments that you mature. You learn to let go of what is beyond your control and focus on what really matters, inner peace and growth. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where someone walks away, stop, take a deep breath, and choose the path of patience. This not only creates an opportunity for the relationship to be healed, but more importantly, it helps you build a better version of yourself. Life doesn't always bring what we want, but it always gives us the opportunity to learn and grow. If you find these teachings from Stoicism valuable, please share them with your friends. Let's explore this profound philosophy together to live a life not only stronger, but also more meaningful. Remember, you don't need to control everything, just control how you react, and that is the key to true freedom. My friend, the journey to conquer a woman's heart is like conquering a high mountain. It requires perseverance, courage, and intelligence. When she withdraws, that's when you need to be alert and wise to avoid disastrous mistakes that could make you lose her forever. Remember, women are attracted to men who are confident, independent, and in control of their lives. Don't let the fear of loss control you. Don't let despair push you down the wrong path. Hold your head high, move forward strongly, and turn challenges into opportunities to grow and improve yourself. Cherish your worth, love yourself, and happiness will find its way to you. Because in the end, the only person you need to conquer is yourself. And when you have conquered your own peak, every challenge in love becomes small. I believe that with your intelligence and courage, you will overcome this difficult period and find true happiness. Always remember, you deserve a sincere love, someone who cherishes and loves you wholeheartedly.